Hi, I'm Jason, and this is the Cultural Breakdown. It's becoming more and more clear that Bob Iger does not know what he's doing at Disney. When he first took over the company, people thought he was doing good things by expanding what they're doing, like buying up properties like Lucasfilm, Marvel, and Fox, and etc., things like that. But now it's just showing that that was just a mask of lack of creativity. I mean, he figured like, well, I'll just buy up these successful properties and then put out that content and we'll be fine. Well, that's not really how it works. I mean, people thought like in the past, like, oh, you just slap the Marvel label on anything and people will eat it up. Well, we're seeing more and more that that's really not happening right now. In the past, you would have a Marvel property that comes out like maybe a few movies a year, so people could keep up with that. But they've really built the whole MCU on this is a shared universe, so you kind of have to know what's going on, and this is becoming overwhelming for the general audience. And now Bob Iger is starting to admit that with too many TV shows dilute focus at Marvel and played role in box office disappointment, says Bob Iger. So it is nice that he's admitting that they've had a box office disappointments, because before they were trying to like obfuscate and like just say like, oh well, no, it's not disappointed, we're doing good and stuff like that. Well, behind the scenes they're saying like that this is terrible for us. So he's trying to correct course, but I mean it might just be a little or too little too late sort of thing. And as a result, you get stuff like this where you have shows that people just don't watch because, like I said, it's too overwhelming for people to actually watch everything that comes out. So they decide to skip it. And then when they skip that, then the next thing comes out and they're like, well, maybe I can't watch the next thing because I didn't watch the previous thing. And it's like saying like, oh, you want to watch this whatever movie part 3, and people are like, oh, I never watched 2, so I'll have to wait for on that. Or so you're starting to see that. And now you have their next big budget movie coming out, the Marvels, and you see the trailer for that, which is heavily ratioed, though people don't expect that to do really well. But one key factor with this is it's built on 3 lead characters. I mean, we got this tweet from Entertainment Weekly come out just a day or so ago. Yeah, like this doesn't look good, but this is a key problem too, because you have 3 female characters. 2 of them are from TV shows. Monica Rambeau was on WandaVision, so maybe people are more familiar with her because that was probably one of their more popular shows because it was the first one for the Disney Plus platform. But then you have Miss Marvel here, where a lot of people don't even know who she is because that was one of the, or if not the lowest Disney Plus Marvel show. So we're getting things like where is it? This, where they're actually going to be putting it out on ABC, so on cable network, before the movie comes out because people never watched it and they're trying to jump up some publicity. So this does kind of come back to the fact that because they're putting out so much stuff, people haven't seen everything, and now they're going to worry that like, oh, well, now they're not going to watch the new movie coming out because they're not familiar with the characters. And I think that is fair criticism, and it's an idea that's entirely self-inflicted. Now, will this gambit work? Who knows? I mean, either way, I mean, there's not good signs surrounding this movie. I mean, like, first of all, I mean, you've had to have multiple reshoots and delays and other things like that. I mean, it's almost like when they're finally putting it out in November, it's just kind of like, okay, fine, we'll get this out there because just kind of tear off the Band-Aid quick and let's just move on with it. Because I do think that they're wanting to course correct over at Marvel and over at Disney, but the problem is it's such a big ship, and there's a lot of things in motion. It's kind of hard to say what they can do. I mean, they're not going to do what they did over at DC and Warner Brothers, where they basically bring someone new in charge of like how DC brought some James Gunn in charge of DC, and he basically just like, yeah, we're canceling stuff, wipe the slate clean, start over, because they can't do that with Marvel because there's too much that they built into it and people are too invested, or at least the people who are still invested in it are really invested. So you can't do that. So you have to change course in a more subtle way, and I'm not sure if what they're doing will actually work for, I mean, I'm pretty sure it won't work for the Marvels, but moving forward, who knows what they're going to do. But either way, I think this is something to actually pay attention to, because this does not look like it's actually going to work out at all. I mean, people are just roasting this thing, and I think that's kind of what it's become right now, is just kind of a lolcow of the internet and pretty much anyone who focuses on the entertainment industry like myself. I mean, we're just kind of, it's a train wreck right now. We're just wanting to see what happens with it and just follow along as it goes, because we've already accepted that Marvel is kind of a dying brand right now. So is it quite dead yet? I don't think so, but we'll just have to wait and see. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you like this video, click that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.